Hi there, so to the dog back for another video. I have not posted in a long time, and I am very sorry about that. It's life and stuff. But yeah, this is kind of a different type of video. I'm doing a little bit of GoldenFlower's family tree. So just watch and see how it comes out. I've worked in this art a good bit because okay, I could have done better, but I'm not that upset about it. Yeah, it's just mostly speed paint, so, flashing lights and stuff, just watch out for that if you're sensitive to it. Thank you, I hope you enjoy. So, the first cat is getting drawn is speckled-tailed. She is described as a pale golden tabby she-cat with amber eyes. So, try to make her like that. I did make her a little bit brighter because this is how I see her design. I think she's actually a very pretty cat. You know, after she received her royal name, like, she getting raised with Smaller, and I'm not sure how old Smaller was. I know a lot of people don't like her because apparently she was too overprotective over Snow Kit, but I seem like that was like her kitten. It was like freaking kitten, dude. She was trying to protect him. I feel for her in that. And she was also really, wasn't she really old when she had Snow Kit? Like, elder age. Her mate wasn't older. So, that's probably why Snow Kit was, like, deaf or something. Also, personal belief of mine, when nobody else has still believe this, but since Smaller has, like, smaller ears, maybe it's, like, something with the ear genetics. That's something, like, went wrong about the ears. I'm not really sure. I know a lot about cat genetics, not about that much about ears, but yeah. And also, in the Rising Storm, she is mentioned to be the oldest nursery queen, and that Snow Kit is weak and small and stuff. And after Snow Kit dies, she goes to the Elder's Den. So, yeah, I think she was just old. That's probably what made Snow Kit deaf. The next cat that's being drawn is Smaller. I actually don't have much to say about him at all. He's just an old man. I just seem like pretty grumpy, but I'm not sure if he's like that in the books. He's a pretty basic cat. He's just a gray Tom with very small ears, amber eyes, and a nick in one ear. Oh, how do you draw that? But what happens? I don't really have to say anything about him. He's kind of a boring cat, but meh. Next up is Snow Kit. I actually do really like Snow Kit. I mean, he's just a white little kitty, so there's not much to draw on him. But he's actually described as a sturdy, deaf, white Tom with blue eyes, so, I mean, maybe should have been a little bit shorter and more muscular, but I don't really care in the drawing. I do really like him. I really do feel upset that he, got killed by a freaking hawk. But I do feel it's nice that his mom tried to train him to be a warrior. Sadly, nothing came out of it, but that's it. That's all I really have to say about Snow Kit. Next up is Missile Kit, which is Snow Kit's litter mate, actually. There's not much about her because she died when she was a baby. Even before Snow Kit, I believe. Right? She's a dark gray tabby she-cat. I really do like the way I made her design. She looks really pretty. I do see her as either like a short hair smoke, or charcoal tabby. Not really sure. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so next up is GoldenFlower, and I actually do really like her. In the scene where Fireheart was looking like Ramblekit weirdly, I do like how she vows to protect them, and that's really nice of her. She is described as a sleek, pale ginger tabby she-cat with a small nick in one ear and yellow eyes. I didn't really draw scars in this, but what happens? I do generally really like her, but I do have one big problem. Why did you get with Patchwork? And that's where she had Swift Kit and Lynx Kit with. Patchwork was in the Elder's Den with her father, so he was really fucking old. That's all I really have to say. I do really love her though, and I love that in Into the Wild, after passes out after bringing the news that Red is dead, she runs over and licks him, which I like. Make sure she's okay. Which I just feel like is really nice, and also do think it's really nice that she fostered Feather Kit and Storm Kit for a while. She's just a sweet kitty. That's all you need to say about her. Okay, now to Grandpa. Patchfeld. I don't feel much about him. I mean, I feel like GoldenFlower was way too young for him, but I'm actually not really sure what their age is. You know what? Glad he fucking died in the fire. I'm joking. I don't really have that much opinions on him. Who names their kit Patch Kit? Just okay. Okay, I guess. And he already had a maid, which is Robin Wing, and that's where he had Longtail. So yay, I guess. Oh no, you don't really like it. I don't know how much to say about him. I think he's really grumpy. Okay, so the next up is Swiftpaw. I love Swiftpaw. I love him so much. Also, the way he describes him as a small black and white Tom with pale amber eyes. Small. Okay. He was 20 moons old, which is, that's at 12 moons old. Once a cat becomes a warrior. But whatever. By small, I think, personally, they mean like skinnier with longer legs. And you know what? Actually, I love him. He, tried to protect Brightpaw and stuff. And they tried their best. I love him. He's just a good cat who, got played the wrong things in life. And I'm actually really upset when the Blue Star didn't make him a warrior because he died. But, I just love him as a character and stuff. Yes, I don't really have much to say about him besides that. And last but not least in the family that I'm drawing today in this video at least is Link's Kit. Link's Kit was, Swiftpaw's litter meat. GoldenFlower's the mom, of course. And she's described as a ginger cat with black patches, so, pretty. But, I took up my own accords and just made her Torby, which is just, with black tabby marks instead. And also, the thing that gets me a little bit upset is that a lot of people say, oh, no hate against people that say this because you don't know. But the black tabby is not what Mythical Kit was, right? They're not all black all over. They're actually brown with black stripes. If you're curious about this, I will link a channel in the description of the video. They have a lot of warrior cat stuff and actually teach a lot about genetics. And they also did Tiger Short's family tree. They do a lot of family trees. So let's just start it. I love them. But yeah. Okay, so I want to do more videos like this with family trees and stuff. If you have any ideas of which, family tree I should do, add me on Discord or, DM to me. Or you can just, just put it in the comments. I don't really know. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.